big cat. Welcome to my therapy. This ain't your ordinary world, it's extraordinary. See, I'm a high priestess lightworker, here to guide your way through the waves of life. We'll find a new path to embrace. Tarot, astrology, numerology in our hands. No weapon formed against you shall ever stand. We're winners, we never quit, we always keep on going. Quitters never win, but we're always growing. Hey there, big cat, let's chase the highest vibration. Together we'll create a new world, a brand new nation.
Namaste! Grand Rising Big Cat Air Signs, welcome or welcome back to Big Cat Astrology. Big Cat Wave, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising. The planetary hot topics to add to your almanac over the next 7 days. On the 5th of March, the Moon in Capricorn trines Jupiter in Taurus, a phase marked for favourable outcomes. Social and financial success are favoured during the trine between the Moon in Capricorn and Jupiter in Taurus. With a positive outlook, sincerity and popularity, benevolent endeavours flow smoothly. This period is excellent for socialising and potentially forming significant romantic connections. On the 6th, the Moon in Capricorn sextiles Neptune in Pisces. Take time to visit unwell friends or relatives and engage in acts of charity such as volunteering. This period fosters a deep connection with female friends and encourages creative expression. Spending time at the beach, especially meditating at sunrise, brings profound relaxation. On the 7th, the Moon in Aquarius is conjunct to Pluto in Aquarius. This transit may lead to feelings of melancholy and a tendency to seek superficial pleasures such as online voyeurism. Exercise caution in intimate encounters and prioritize safety. Emotional dumping can strain relationships. Women may express a desire for personal transformation. Financial matters, including taxes, may require attention during this period. On the 8th, the Moon in Aquarius is conjunct to Mars in Aquarius. This conjunction can evoke feelings of irritability, aggression, and a propensity for gossip, alongside heightened passion. Physical tension may manifest, potentially causing strain in marital relationships or susceptibility to health issues. On the 9th, Mars in Aquarius squares Uranus in Taurus. Impatience and irritability may lead to unexpected conflicts. Redirect this energy towards positive changes and address underlying issues to prevent escalation. On the 10th, the new moon in mutable water sign Pisces at 20 degrees and 16 minutes. A focus on spiritual pursuits takes precedence. The imaginative new moon in Pisces invites exploration of limitless possibilities and the subconscious realm. An opportune time for seeking guidance from spiritual mentors, embracing the boundless potential of this lunar phase. Please watch my comprehensive video on the Pisces new moon and its effect on each individual sun, moon and rising sign. On the 11th, Venus enters Pisces. Venus's transition into Pisces amplifies romantic and spiritual inclinations. There's a heightened desire for deep emotional connections, fostering empathy and gentleness in relationships. Please stay tuned in for the tarot reading to follow. Big Cat Wave. Namaste! Grand Rising Air Signs, welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your next 7 days. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Big Cat Wave. Energies up, I insist. Let's dive in and unpack. Give it a good shufty. Oh, you have a 6, darling dears. The one fell on the energy of a 4. The energy of the 4 speaks about you've created some form of a foundation, darling dears. It also comes with the aspect of a square. So it speaks about you've been going through some kind of conflict. Something that's been frustrating you, because the 4 is ruled by what? Uranus energy, darling dears. But it's about to be lifted, a sudden change. It's going to leave you feeling more powerful. The 5 fell on the energy of the 2. The energy of the 2, darling dear, speaks about balance, you being the peacemaker, the power behind the throne. This is about you knowing that you got the brains, the gift of the gab, the right ideas. But it's about you letting people believe that they're winning when you hold all of the cards, darling dears. Ooh, the subterfuge. What's going on here? The energy of the 6. You have the energy of the 1, darling dears, telling you to evaluate everything. You have a major decision that you will have to make in the not too distant future. Divine is advising you not to make it until after the next new moon, which will be the new moon in Pisces on the 10th of March. You also have the energy of the 5. It speaks about your foundation. It could be a new job, a new home, starting a business, but it's definitely a major decision. The energy of the 5 is about change, darling dears. That comes through what? The energy of the 4, the restriction, this discipline that you had to find within yourself to overcome a frustrating and conflicting time. But you are going to be feeling more powerful going forward. The energy of the 6 is about you being tolerant, darling dears, but not foolish. It speaks about you being loving, right? Not used, darling dears. This is about reciprocation season for you. The energy of the 6 is represent your birthday. Could be the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th. Your luckiest numbers over the next few days will be the 3, 6, and 9. The number 6 is also represented by the energy of a 33. This is a master number, darling dears. Yes, baby, you are a spiritual teacher. You are the magician of all. Your voice and your vision over the next 7 days, darling dears, is going to elevate others in a most profound way. You must share these unique gifts, right? Express and teach, darling dears. Teach. Or you'll be teaching others not to play with you. The number 6 is representative of the letters F, O, and X. Your luckiest days will be Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Okay? The number 6 in tarot is represented by the Lovers as well as the Devil card. Making right choices. Devil card could be overcoming some kind of addiction, addictive behavior, codependency, could be confusion. The Devil card also represents what? Jealousy, darling dears. Negative thoughts possibly being directed at you, where you want what? Harmony, darling dears. This is about you being what? Problem solving, but Divine is also reminding you to have the most compassion for yourself in every situation, especially when you did not have the tools to handle it, but you have them now. Okay, then. The energy of the 6 also is going to be taking this read to the 6th house, darling dears. Virgo energy, which is ruled by Mercury. This is known as what? The priestess. Why? Because you are ritualistic in your service to others, darling dears. The 6th house is about your work, your employment, maybe your co-workers, subordinates, the conditions that you work in. It could be that you have a ritualistic way about your health practices, darling dears, your body, your diet, your fitness, your daily routines, darling dears. But it also speaks about somebody, ritualistic methods have healed themselves some way. The energy of the 6, as I said, or I didn't say, well, I'm telling you now, is Venus energy, darling dears. Okay. Venus rules the 2nd and the 7th house. So this is about your past talents, darling dears, or a past situation that you're overcoming. People are looking at how you're making your money. 7th house is what? Contractual partnerships. This could be a marriage, a relationship, friendships, your peers, close associates, but it's also the house of what? Open enemies. There's a lot of people looking at what you've created for yourself, darling dears. There's a lot of people that try to muddy the waters. Lower courts could also represent you having some kind of divorce, the dividing of the marital funds, for want of a better word. Listen, there's also a message coming in from a paternal grandfather, a maternal grandmother. This is about you. They want you to know that the situation is mirroring and projection, darling dears. Remember, they're trying to catch you out. Okay, then. The energy of the 6 is about be careful of losing some money in a bet or some kind of investment. The energy of the 1 is what? Due diligence. Pay attention to everything, darling dears. Read the fine print, because that's where you usually get effed over, and get it without the Vaseline, darling dears. The energy of the 1-5 also speaks about a love affair, possibly. A love affair. But this is someone you're going to be meeting at a social event, darling dears. Even if it's not a social event, it's going to be out in public. You're not going to meet you in your house or in your garden, blood. And if they are, you need to call the popo. Okay. And number 6 is FOX. And Venus rules the letters UVW. So you've got UVW and FO and X. So this read is going to be about the 6th house. It's about your work, your employment, your co-workers, subordinates, your body and your diet, that sort of thing. And it also, somebody needs to get some more training. You need some more training, or you need to send someone for more training. Your subordinate could be your employees, darling dears. That can be found in the 6th as well as the 11th house. All right. Let's get back on track, darling dears. That was a whole mouthful. Let's carry on. Let's get I feel guided to get an Oracle intuitive message. Going to use my FP555 Oracle Intel decks. I've got 2 which I've mixed together, because as I've said many times, who go and check me, boo? Thank you very much. Your first one is what? You've got the Badass Alchemist Ways. It's on the energy of the 1. So this is about you, your outward behavior, being self-aware. It's your personality, darling dears, your vitality, your outlook on life. It's also a reminder to be aware of any accidents over the next 7 days. Just be aware of where you are and how you're doing things. If you're coming down a load of stairs carrying a lot of things, darling dears, if you're anything like my progeny, all of a sudden the devil makes them leave something on the bottom stair. I told you what happened to me when I got up in the night to get cheese and crackers. Listen. All right. You also have what? Mitch can't kill your vibe. This is on the 21, a certain situation that you've ended. But it also speaks about you being watched online, darling dears. You've got the energy of Neptune on the 29. The 2 and 9 goes to an 11. This is the master number. It's about you listening to your intuition. Yeah, because you already know who these open enemies are. We discussed the 7th house, excuse me. You're a master healer. I told you you're going to be healing some kind of illness or some kind of dis-ease within your body, darling dears. Listen to your intuition. You're being guided to get whatever herbs, medications, whatever it is that you need. It also speaks about you being a teacher, a speaker, a writer. You're extremely artistic, darling dears. Your art, whatever it is, however you shine your light, you will be shining bright like a diamond. You will be inspiring others and bringing balance, darling dears, through your words, through this vision. And your intuition is going to be in overdrive. Neptune is what? Ruling the rule of Pisces, the 12th house of hidden enemies. The enemies are coming out, so they're in your face and underneath. It also rules confinement. As I said, somebody may need a hospital visit, but then again, we're talking about the 6th house of your well-being, darling dears. And it's also what you analyze in certain things. Somebody needs to go for a medical checkup, darling dears. Okay. With the Venus energy, it could be something to do with your throat, your larynx. Okay. With the Neptune energy, it could be your bodily nervous system, your spinal canal. Okay. Your neck, your lungs, your face, your lips, and your nose. Neptune energy is your feet, darling dears. Get it checked out. But it also speaks again about your sensibility and your psychic abilities. The 12th house is also the house of what? Endings. It's a very highly spiritual house, darling dears, but it's also a reminder not for you not to get too, how can I put it?
holding on to subconscious ideas which is not furthering your growth, darling dears. It also speaks about you needing to withdraw. This is again a reminder to move in silence. You're going to hear of somebody being confined to prison. I said, well, the 7th house is the lower courts. Somebody's going to prison, darling dears. They go into prison like R. Kelly. Okay. Oh, didn't see this. This card was also flipped. The lights are on you, darling dears. You're in the spotlight. Maybe you have a business. As I said, you're a visionary this week, and your words have a profound effect on others. Be careful of investments, darling dears. Make sure you read the fine print, because not everybody is a friend, and some people just want your good skrilla. Right, let's get a deck. I'm gonna just do a straight read and see what comes up. Base of the deck, 9 of Wands. This is the wounded warrior, but it also speaks about your spiritual strength. You may have as many as 9 people at your back, or 8 people at your back, darling dear, sending a lot of negative energies towards you. The energy of the 9 speaks about it could be foreign people from a foreign country, people that don't have the same beliefs or ideas of you. You're being watched on social media, the internet, darling dears. Yeah, somebody feels as though you're making up some kind of organized religion. Well, good golly and gosh, everybody's always got an opinion, and as I've told you many times, darling dears, opinions are like what? Your back passage. Some are loose and flatulent. We've all got them. You don't have to listen to it, darling dears. 9 of Wands also speaks about what? Spiritual protection by your ancestral team. Excuse me. It also speaks about you being stable at this moment in time. Somebody's also about to take self-defense classes. Go for it, darling dears. Also watch my Don't Get Smoked video, where I teach you self-defense as well as light kung fu. It's about you being stronger than you thought you were, darling dears. But it speaks about a necessary separation, and as well as what? Forgiveness. Forgive. Why? You forgive, so it's for you, darling dear, not for them. Remember, the energy of the 6 is the lovers and the devil, darling dears. Yeah. Something about the details. Wasn't fabulous, gorgeous, or lovely? All right. What is the work and finance? How is the work and finances for my air signs for the next 7 days? Queen of Swords, contract signing, darling dears. Yeah, Swords again. Lots of overthinking in a situation. What I said, you're going to be getting offers, maybe a contract to sign. I already said you're going to be, make sure you pay attention to the fine print, darling dears. And it also speaks about some kind of, if you're in a job, you're working for someone, there's a duty they're going to want you to perform, darling dears. This goes to 5 of Swords, because somebody's going to be overstepping their boundary in the working situation, darling dears. This person is shady, they're not your friend, and they're deliberately trying to put extra work on your plate, darling dears. If you're signing a contract or many contracts, you're going to have lots of offers this week, darling dears. Some of you have a spiritual practice. You come through as highly intelligent, deeply connected, darling dears, and you run things. You're the Queen of Swords, but you also have a very soft side. Look at the envy, jealousy, and hate being directed at you. When we see 2 queens on the tableau, darling dears, there's a lot of gossip. Yeah, people are looking at the seeds you've sown. This is looking like you have some kind of spiritual practice, or you've injected spirituality into your business. Yeah, because you see life from a different perspective. That some kind of investment you made is going to have a major return. This is a new opportunity, darling. There's a new job, a new home. I heard medical breakthrough, some kind of insight. Somebody's also going to be, I heard realtor, property, the acquiring of property, whether renting or buying, darling dears. You're going to win. This week is good for you. But as I said, make sure you read the details. Make sure that you are truly comfortable with all outcomes having the best outcome for you, darling dears. Justice card again. We're back in the 7th house. This is the contract signing. I'm not telling, be careful of the contract you're signing, but how you take care is by paying attention to detail. Don't look at the distractions of what it's offering. You need to know what the back end is, darling dears. The scales. As I said, somebody's going to be coming through a divorce. because of a third party in a situation, darling dears. This person was brave. They contacted the wife or husband in the situation to tell them what was going on. But look what they're getting in return. Listen, if this you be cat air sign, this is what they're getting. The king of the narcs. What? The chief of the Decepticons, darling dears. A son or daughter of Pennywise the Clown. That's what's going on. It's not a loss, darling dears. Cut your losses. It wasn't going nowhere. Yeah, unsuccessful, darling dears. You was dealing with someone who was a philanderer and proper shady. Yeah, but look, again, the badass alchemist ways, darling dears. 2 different decks. It speaks about travel. Some of you will be traveling. You're going to be meeting an admirer on this traveling, because why? This goes to 2 of Cups, darling dears. Like-minded soul. Someone from your soul tribe. As I said, a love affair is about to kick off for some. What's this? I'm sure I saw a card that was overturned. Was my eyes deceiving me? No, they wasn't. Look, because we're not joining more together. What did I say? Baby, look. Look. Your cup ran off over. This goes to 3 of Cups. Somebody's going to be dating and celebrating, darling dears. And a lot of shade is going to be thrown your way. It also speaks about someone who is extremely, not secretive, but this person's cut off a lot of people, darling dears. Yeah, so a situation is karmic and you are the karma for them. What did I say? Cut a lot of situations out, a lot of negative thinking. We've also got the Hierophant energy. This is the God card, but it's also what? The 2nd house. Your money situation is about to change, darling dears, because one of your ideas in the upright, you've got many ideas that you're working on. One idea in particular is about to take off for you, darling dears. Page of Wands is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, darling dears. So that's the fire energy. It speaks about something's going to be happening at noon, right? That's afternoon time, possibly when this meeting is going to go down, or you to pay most attention during the noon hour, darling dears. It also speaks about listen to your intuition, your feelings, because your ambitions are about to be what? They're about to be realized, darling dears. Fire energy is protected by Archangel Michael. Call him at any time. The fire energy is also represented by the lion. So channel your inner lion over the next 7 days. Why? Because when a lion is roaring, right, you can know that the lion is not going to attack. But when the lion is silent, nobody don't know where the lion is until it's too late. Move in silence, darling dears. Yeah, and trust no one with your private thoughts, darling dears. There's skullduggery afoot. What did I say? Page of Cups, lying liar. Someone who's going to come in meek and mild. Yep, but jealousy is there. Coming to what? Destabilize your balance. Whatever you're bringing forth, darling dears, they come with bad luck, bad intentions, bad advice. Yes, be very careful of hoodwinkers. I told you, you've got open as well as hidden enemies, but they can't block your blessing. 10 of Pentacles, you're still going to create this stable foundation for you. If it's a business, you're going to get the support that you truly deserve. If it's a home you're getting, if it's higher education, Pentacles is about tangible things, darling dears. I love it. I don't hate it. Excuse me, my civil play. The fire energy was the direction of south. The Pentacles is the direction of north, darling dears. Somebody's also going to be making a major career change. So look where if you've got air in your sun, moon and rising, see where it is. See if it's amongst your top 3, darling dears. Your sun, moon and rising, because you're going to see a whole 180 on whatever you've been doing. And what I'm saying is that you need to hold your tongue. Proverbs 10:19, tell no one nothing, because skullduggery is afoot. King of Wands, you're a natural born leader. Continue to plan, darling dears, but leave those that don't want you in the spotlight. They don't care who's in the spotlight as long as it's not you. Know your worth and add tax, darling dears. And if you said it's time for them to fetch the black bags, don't let them come and bust those bags in your house again, darling dears. Oh no. Be careful of accidents. Something is coming full circle for you, darling dears. Let's get one more deck. Get some more intel. Some deeper insight. final messages for my air signs, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, for the next 7 days. Oh, this one jumped right up. Yeah, exchanging gifts, darling dears. You're breaking out of the box. The 2 and the 7 is on a 9, darling dears. Love it. I don't hate it. You've achieved something, darling dears. You've ended some particular cycle, but this is like a gift-giving season. You've educated yourself. Queen of Swords, darling dears. You've gotten to the bottom of things. You know a thing or two. You are learned, but you understand that even though you've learned many things, you don't know everything, darling dears. Everything. You are the teacher and the student over the next 7 days, right? Yes. Your knowledge will be unchallenged, and something is going to be going down during the spring months, which is significant for you, darling dears. Somebody needs to put some gas or petrol in their car. Base of the deck, what did I say? You have the key to your happiness. And we've gone from 27 to 26. So it's like a countdown, darling dears. You have the key to your success, your happiness. And for others, you need to go and find your Chiron on your birth natal chart. Check it out, what house it's in, because it will give you the tools, and the house that's opposing that will also show you what is blocking your healing, darling dears. All right, love it. I don't hate it. On that note, I drops me mic. Toddle over to my Teesprings, pick up some of the channel Big Cat merch, darling dears. My Patreon or my TikToks, where I also upload videos. If you'd like a personal read, please hit me up in the Gmail. All of my intel is in the description box below. Thank you very much for your continued support of me and these messages. Thank you for your likes, your subscribes, your shares, your bookings, your donations. I truly appreciate your appreciation. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Big Cat Wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Cat, 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 cat.
How you came to be is no longer a mystery. Black sheep is your birthright. It's code for the one who brings the light. I bet if there's a crack, you don't fall back. Remember who you are. No rest for the wicked with their skullduggery. The use spell workers' projection to send out envy, hate, and jealousy. You are the prototype, your ancestors champion. They shield you and send back those spiritual attacks. You are divinely protected from the dummy bats. Yeah. Big Cat, the most high, got your back. He sits high and looks low, so don't get smoked or smoke yourself. Big Cat moving silence. Only time you speak is to say checkmate.